Let's do this again, shall we? In this series, we're going to be taking a look at every single Hiya Exquisite basic figure in the Godzilla line, every repaint, reissue, 2.0, whatever they put out. We're going to be taking a look at them all in release order. Let's get started. Hey, you guys. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla vs. Kong Godzilla. This is another repaint of the King of the Monsters mold, this time painted to be closer to the Godzilla vs. Kong mold. Let's just be frank here. This repaint is lazy and uninspired. I'm just going to give it to you guys as I see it. This figure looks a little green on camera, and it's not really that green. The base figure is a little darker. I'm going into paint because that's really the most boring aspect of this figure. So the base color is going to be the same kind of gray that we've been seeing on the last God knows how many figures now, but it's going to be a little darker. This time, the figure has a very dark, almost green wash applied to the majority of the figure. It's not a dirt brown anymore. It's this very ugly looking green brown all throughout the crevices. There's not a lot of dry brushing going on this time around. There's some lighter grays going on, but it's mostly going to be this very, very dark brown pushing green wash going through the entire figure with some browns, especially under the tail. Again, I don't know why the base figure is appearing as green as it is on camera. It is not this green, but it is darker, and it's just kind of ugly, guys. You can see it on the spines especially. It just has this like shiny, like almost moss, like not even moss green. It's a very muted brown green. It's just really ugly. It's all over the figure. The teeth are unpainted. They're the color of the body, which is fine. The inside of the mouth is going to be a much more vibrant pink compared to the original's almost magenta. Let's talk about the eyes. The Hiya eyes. Can they save us this time? Being that this is the GVK version, the eyes are supposed to be red, and they are red. They're just not as red as I would like. They're not as vibrantly red, not as piercing red as that original figure. That original figure, I can make out the red from 2 feet away. This figure, I can barely tell there's any paint on these eyes. I'm sure there is. I'll do my best to get an extreme close-up of the eyes here. Like, there is paint apps, but it's a very glossy application of paint, which just kind of mutes what few coats there is. This is not a rock-solid release. There's just no other way to say it. And that's not because I'm just tired of talking about this mold. This is just a pretty uninspired release from Hiya Toys. It comes with no accessories at all. The exact same hands, exact same sculpt. It's not a heat ray version. There's nothing special about this figure. There's nothing on display here that you wouldn't have already, unless this was your first figure, or your first Godzilla figure, I should say, from Hiya Toys. And if it is your first Godzilla figure from Hiya Toys, well, let's talk about the articulation once again, shall we? From the top, the jaw is on a hinge. It's covered by the sculpt. The tongue is on a hinge. The head's on a ball joint. It's a single barbell ball joint. It can look down that far. It can look up that far. It can look side to side. The arms, they're going to be on ball joints. The wrists, nope, those are the elbows. They're on hinges. They can go down that much. They can bend that much. They are on swivels. The wrists are on ball joints. The waist is on a ball joint that doesn't want to do anything. It can rotate. The thighs are on ball joints. The knees are double hinged. The ankles are on ball joints. The tail is multi-segmented. There's a ball joint there. 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 And there's a ball joint there. put them all together, and you have a tail that can move and a figure that can pose. Yep, there's a Godzilla for you. Oh boy. And here we have the 5 Hiya Toys Godzilla figures all lined up next to each other. Again, I still think that the Heat Ray version and the Burning Godzilla version are great standout figures, even if they are repaints. I mean, they look striking. Just look at this lineup. They look striking on a shelf. I also think that the KOTM figure is a great Godzilla to own as a base figure, and that the original GVK Godzilla still holds up on its own as well. This figure right here is the odd one. It's the odd duckling. I can't quite figure out who this is made for or why it was made the way that it was made. Now, of course, I understand they wanted a GVK Godzilla pushed out there with the new tooling on display, but something just isn't right with this figure. Going back now to a comparison with that original GVK Godzilla, there's something to be said about the very subtle earth brown washes and dry brushing going on here, and it's just kind of missing on this one. Now, maybe you weren't a fan of the shit brown scattered all over the teeth of the original GVK, and that's fine. I don't mind how the teeth are done on this new one. It's the eyes that really detract from this one. Something's lost in translation there. I just don't know what scene this is supposed to be inspired from. If it's inspired from anything, it just doesn't have an identity, while this figure has its own identity. This is especially true when compared to the KOTM figure, which, as I mentioned in its own video, it looks like Godzilla just ran through the city and is covered in dirt and crap all over him. He looks weathered. Whereas this figure just kind of looks dead. I don't know. There's just something ghoulish about this paint job. Yep, there's Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla next to Godzilla vs. Kong, Kongs of 2 different flavors. And just to round out some more comparisons, here is Godzilla compared to Godzilla, 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 Godzilla. Wait, who the fuck are you? Godzilla, Godzilla, and a banana. Well, there's your banana for scale, which means it's time to eat this banana for your entertainment. God. But guys, I'm not gonna lie. I recorded all of these Godzilla videos back to back. This is my 4th banana that I've eaten in like 2 hours. God damn it. Why did I do this bit? This was better in my head. This bit fucking sucked. Okay, guys, look, here's the rub. If I've sounded less than enthusiastic this video, that's kind of because I feel less than enthusiastic for this figure. If you already own a base MonsterVerse Godzilla, whether it's the Godzilla vs. Kong flavor, whether it's the Godzilla vs. Kong flavor. What the fuck? Did I just say that twice in a row? God damn it. I've been talking about Godzilla for 3 fucking hours now. I firmly believe that this is a massive step down from the original GVK figure, which is very unfortunate because that's one of the only figures that is actually permanently out of production. Hiya Toys does a very good job at doing reissues, a lot of reissues for figures, older figures, so that you have a reasonable chance at getting some of their original figures. And they've outright replaced the original GVK Godzilla with this figure. So this figure is still in stock, but the original figure is no longer available. And that just kind of sucks. Again, I get it. They made a new mold, and this is just an easy repaint of that mold. But man, did this figure need something different? Different hands. It needed battle damage. It needed, I don't know, heave ships, accessories of some kind. They needed something other than a bland, ghoulish repaint of a figure that has been released 4 or 5 times now. This is not a bad figure. It's just a disappointing release, is what I'm getting at here. And I'm kind of tired of talking about this mold. As I filmed all of 4 of these figure reviews back to back in one sitting, and I did that intentionally because I kind of wanted to replicate in a bubble how it felt to get these figures released back to back. Because holy shit, they pumped out these figures one a month for 4 months. And it just kind of got tiresome by this point. And that's exactly how I feel. Tired. This is probably my least favorite look of this mold. I much prefer the KOTM figure. I would strongly recommend getting that over this. It just looks better. The paint is better. It's going to have inflated prices because it's been out of print for a couple years now. But I would say, honestly, it's worth that extra price over this figure. Who knows? Maybe they do another repaint one of these days. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? That's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Thank you all for joining me once again. Until next time, guys. See you.